Man, thank God I found some time to record this Playbook video, man. Otherwise, the rest of the week I ain't gonna be free. Yeah, man, the rest of the week I ain't gonna be free, but welcome back to the Playbook episode. This is episode 5. Made a mistake last episode. Last episode was liquidity, episode 4. Now we're on to fair value gaps, episode 5. Welcome, man. So in today's video, as you can tell, obviously we're gonna be going through what a fair value gap is. What a fair value gap is. And we're also gonna go through what causes it. I'm gonna give you some examples, some characteristics of it. Without further ado, let's get into it, man. Anyways, have you guys ever noticed price skip over levels without trading there? Well, that's called a void, and that's an imbalance. You got it? Alright. This is where fair value gap come in. Damn, that is weird. Anyways, this is where fair value gaps come in. This is a powerful concept used by smart money, I guess. No, I do not trade smart money concept. Stop saying that. Alright, let's get into what a fair value gap is. So, fair value gap is a 3-candle structure or 3-candlestick pattern. Go ahead and draw one. We're gonna be using this as bearish candles since it's already red. Hold up, man. Testing my artistic skills right now. Anyways, fair value gap is a 3-candlestick pattern, and when we have 3 candlesticks with a gap in the middle, so it has to be right here. I'll be using this as a fair value gap, whatever. This is a gap. Why? I mean, you can tell it's a gap, bro. So the wicks from the first candle to the wicks of the second candle, if there's a gap in between the body of the second candle, oh damn, bro, I ain't gonna use this shit. This is a really bad example, bro. I'm gonna just leave that there, bro. Anyways, 3 candlestick patterns. As you can see right here, no wicks filled price over here. Means this is an imbalance. You can obviously tell those really bullish candle or bearish candle when there's a gap between the first and the third candle. That's a fair value gap. The middle candle, which is the second candle, this is gonna be candle 1. This is candle 2 right here. This is candle 3. So the middle candle, which is candle 2, creates a price gap with no overlapping between the wicks of the first and the third candle. So as you can tell, the wicks of the first candle doesn't overlap with the third candles wick, forming an imbalance right here in the middle. You got it? Alright, I'm gonna give you a better example now. This right here isn't a fair value gap. Why? Although it was a really bullish candle, as you can tell, the wicks overlaps with the third candle's wick, and there's no imbalance formed. That's why it's not a fair value gap. This right here is a fair value gap. Why? The wicks of the first candle doesn't overlap with the wicks of the third candle in the second candle's body. That's why it's a fair value gap. You'll get really familiar with this next once you have more time looking out for them. Like right here, this is a bearish fair value gap because the candle of the wick of the first candle doesn't overlap with the wick of this third candle in the second candle's body. That's why this is a bearish fair value gap. Now, how do you tell between bearish and bullish fair value gap? That's really simple. You just have to look at the second candle, which is the one with the imbalance, the one that formed the imbalance. If the second candle is bullish, it's a bullish fair value gap. If the second candle is bearish, it's a bearish fair value gap. You don't have to care about whether the first or the third candle is bullish or bearish. It's that simple, man. Like, this is a really good example. First candle is bearish, second candle is first candle is bullish, second candle is bullish, third candle is bearish. We don't want to be looking at the first or the third candle. You want to be looking at the second candle. The gap is right here. Second candle was bullish, so this is a bullish fair value gap. Alright? Simple. First candle is bullish, second candle is bearish, third candle is bullish. There's an imbalance right here. We are only looking at the second candle. Second candle is bearish, so this is a bearish fair value gap. You got it? Great. Really easy, eh? Anyways, hold up, man. I'm gonna tell you the idea of imbalance or inefficiency. After I clear all this shit up, man. Alright, so when there's efficient price, means it is orderly, it's in order, means there's balance, buying and selling, so there isn't any imbalances. Like right now we are probably gonna create an imbalance. Nah, wait, hold up, man. There's news right now. Nah, just stay in line, man. Anyways, however, when there is insufficient price, we get sudden movements and not all the orders are filled. So price tends to return to the area of imbalance, which is your fair value gap. So, wait, man. Yeah, which is your fair value gap. So now what causes a fair value gap to form? This is, I mean, you don't really have to know this. Like, you wouldn't die if you don't know it, but I guess you should know it since you're a day trader. Yeah. Anyways, aggressive institutional buying or selling causes fair value gaps to form, or news driven spikes. As you can see, we just had news at 8:30. We just had news at 8:30. This is what we call a news-driven spike. We'll get more into news in the future episode. Don't worry about that. And as you can see, because news spike is so aggressive, we're likely gonna form a fair value gap right now. It's gonna be a huge one. But we don't care about news right now. Anyways, the common characteristics of fair value gaps are that price will often return to the fair value gap to fill the gap, because and also not all fair value gaps are respected. It's not 100% rule. This is just a confluence that we use and take a trade off if it's in our favor. If it's not, we just simply don't take the trade, man. So let me tell you how traders use the fair value gap. They enter on fair value gap retest. A retest is just simply a pullback to the fair value gap. Price just going back to the fair value gap. Some traders enter on the fair value gap retest and they put their stop loss above or below the gap, depending on wherever they're trading. We traders also use fair value gaps with other tools like break of structure, which you've learned, break of block, order block, equilibrium. We'll get more into that next time, really soon. Also, this video will be a 2-part video because I have more of imbalances to cover. Anyways, I'm gonna give you an example of a retrace. Alright, we learned liquidity already, so guess I can use this. This was the exact same example I used. We took out liquidity on the 4-hour. We had a break of structure to the upside. And look at this! Oh my god, what are you? You're a bullish fair value gap. What did price do after we formed the fair value gap? We retraced into the fair value gap. We got a rejection out of it. How do you tell? By how the candlesticks look, man. Long wicks like this means it's very bullish, because price pushed all the way down here at one point, but closed all the way up here. That's how we know it's a really bullish candlestick. Like, look at what happened after, man. Anyways, price retraced or retested the fair value gap. We got strong bullish power out of it. Long that shit, bro. Long that shit, bro. Take out all these highs. Yeah. Now we're not getting into trading. Funny how I took a trade here, though. Damn, I literally took that trade. Anyways, that's an example of a retrace. As you can tell right here, we have another fair value gap. We got a retrace into the fair value gap. Strong bullish closure out of it. What happened? Boom. And also, you have to understand that price can do whatever it wants. So even if there is a fair value gap, it doesn't mean it's going to respect it 100%. That's why we need context, like, and pair them with other things like liquidity, your break of structure, order blocks, breaker blocks, SMT, whatever. You just need to have more confluences to pair fair value gaps with to give you a higher chance of winning your trade. Because if you don't, you're in deep trouble, man. My throat is dry. Let me drink some water. Alright. Like, as you can tell, right here, we had a bullish fair value gap. what happens? Price went into it. It didn't respect it. It disregarded it a lot. It's like it wasn't even there, bro. But that's what you have to understand. Not all fair value gaps will get respected, and you just have to know when and which fair value gap to use, and how to tell whether it will work or not, man. My leg is itchy as hell. And that's what we're gonna be getting into next episode of the playbook, which is fair value gaps part 2. Alright, let me give you a bearish example, man. Flawless, yeah. You gotta be kidding, man. Alright. Sweep liquidity right here. We broke structure to the downside. If you can't remember what a break of structure is, we were in an uptrend. We're in an uptrend, so we're gonna be looking at the recent lows made and see if the body closes below it. This is the most recent low made. Damn, what the shit happened, man? We got closure below. What did we do? From the bearish fair value gap right here, we got, oh, that's my email, man. Anyways, we retested fair value gap. We got bearish power out of it. Damn. You can put your stops at the highs or the first candle of the fair value gap. Shut up, man. And target all these lows, man. This is what I love about this. It's honestly that simple, bro. Fair value gap, there's nothing much about it. You just gotta know what it is, honestly. And then you'll start learning how it works. I mean, which one will work and which one won't. And we're also gonna tell you what happens. I'm also gonna teach you what to do if it doesn't work in the next episode. Stay tuned for that, man. So, quick recap. What is a fair value gap? An imbalance in price. What does it look like? 3 candlestick patterns. It can be any 3 candlesticks, bro. 3 candlestick. The first candle's wick cannot overlap with the third candle's wick in the second candle's body. So right here, this is a fair value gap, man. And also the size doesn't matter, man. As long as there's a gap, it's a fair value gap. I'm gonna give you another example. This is a bad example. 3 candlestick patterns. Is this a fair value gap? It is not a damn fair value gap. This isn't a fair value gap, man. It is not. Why? Second candle's body is right here. First candle's wick overlaps with the third candle's wick. So fair value gap, not. I need to give you another example, man. Have it in mind. But it's really rare. Alright, right here. This is the first candle's wick, third candle's wick. Is this a fair value gap? No. It is not. I'ma slap the shit out of you, man. Why isn't this a fair value gap? Because, like I said, it cannot overlap in the second candle's body, which is right here. The wicks, you don't want to see the wicks of the second candle, man. You don't give a shit about that. The second candle's wick could look like that. Hold up, man. Man, what is wrong with this? The second candle's wick could look like this for all I care. It could look like that for all I care. As long as the body, wait, hold up. As long as the wicks of the first candle and the third candle doesn't overlap between the second candle's body, this is still a fair value gap. You got it? You got it, Timmy? You got it, Jimmy? You got it, Tommy? Got it, Ben? Never spit all over my mic, man. No thanks to you guys. Alright. So, now that you know what is going on with my phone, bro. I had a voice chat on? Oh, I don't give a shit. Hold up. Alright, now that you understand what a fair value gap is, hopefully you do, we'll take it to a level deeper next time, which is the next episode. Because what happens if a fair value gap fails? That's where inverse fair value gaps and BPRs come in. And that's all going to be covered in the next episode. I just had to separate them from this episode because a fair value gap alone could be confusing to some people. They need more time to register it, some time to learn what it really is. But it's really simple once you get it. You after if I can't talk shit, man. Oh, somebody slapped, man. Anyways, after this video, go on to your charts, start identifying them, find... Man, I can't catch a break. Anyways, start identifying them, find 5 bullish fair value gap, find 5 bearish fair value gap, and you should be fine, man. After that, 10 episodes later, you're gonna be learning how to use these fair value gaps in a trade. Ain't that exciting, boy? Alright. So that is all for today's video. Fair value gap right here, fair value gap right here, fair value gap right here, fair value gap right here. After a while, you ain't gonna need to identify. You ain't gonna need to identify them, bro. It just comes naturally. Once you see it, you know it's a fair value gap. Even though it's that small, it is still a fair value gap. Like right here, fair value gap. Alright, you'll reach there soon, hopefully. And that is all I have for today, man. I'm recording this midweek because once again I don't have the time to do it over the weekend. I will not be trading tomorrow. I'll see tomorrow. I'll be trading today. Today's Wednesday. Anyways, I will not be trading them. This video is gonna be posted after the week is over, so I don't even know why I'm saying this. So we're just gonna go to the outro. Inverse fair value gap and BPR's next episode. Stay tuned for that. If you haven't, like and subscribe. Also, I'm gonna leave a link to my socials in the description. Go ahead and follow me on TikTok. Take it, talkie. I'll greatly appreciate that, man. That is all I have for today. Hope you guys enjoyed this video. Hope you guys learned something. Go ahead and identify the fair value gaps on your chart. Master that shit, man. And that's all I have to say. Peace out. Bye bye. See ya.